Hey guys, today we're going back to the 80s for a nice roundup of games for the Atari 2600. Get ready because we won't skimp on any of these gems, for better or for worse. Let's see what's in this dusty attic. Asteroids for the Atari 2600. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It looks like a cheap version of the arcade game that makes you think, why did I spend money on this stuff? The controls are so slow it's like moving a turtle through the universe. And the asteroids? Big black squares that wouldn't be out of place in a squared notebook. It's fun for 5 minutes, then you want to throw the joystick out of the way window.
Cosmic Creeps, one of those titles that just by the name makes you turn up your nose. What the hell are creeps? Pixelated monsters that you can't even distinguish. The game throws a cascade of stuff at you and you have to defend your spaceship, but guys, the controls are so slippery you feel like you're on a frozen hockey pitch.
Ah, Frogger, finally something decent. Sure, the graphics look like they were designed by a kindergartner, but the gameplay is rock solid. You have to get a frog to cross the road without squashing it, like your patience when playing certain other games. It's one of those few games that you can still enjoy. But seriously, what was a frog doing in the middle of a highway?
Haunted House, the horror game for those who don't know what scary means. You're basically a pair of eyes wandering around a dark house looking for keys. The graphics are so poor you wonder if the developers have ever seen a house in their lives. But, I have to admit, it does have a suspenseful atmosphere, if you consider that the real horror is how difficult it is to find a door that works.
Kaboom. It's one of those games that you either love or hate. The premise is simple, capture the bombs before they explode. Easy, right? No. After a while the bombs rain down so fast it's like playing drunken Tetris. But, I have to say, there's something extremely satisfying about picking it all up in frustration. Good luck not destroying the joystick.
Laser Blast. Or should I say, Laser and Oblast. You're a spaceship flying over 3 cannons, you have to shoot them before they shoot you down. Sounds easy, right? Too bad after 5 minutes it's like watching paint dry. Repetitive it is to say the least. You can push the same button for hours and nothing changes. Games like this are why video games have gotten better, thank goodness.
Lockjaw, the Atari version of Jaws. You're a scuba diver trying to collect treasure while a shark chases you. But let me tell you, it's as if the shark was animated by a pixelated goldfish. What about you? You can swim decently. It's visual torture and an insult to human intelligence. Sharks deserve better.
Missile Command. One of the few titles that makes you feel like a hero, or at least until everything explodes. You have to defend your cities from falling missiles, and boy is it adrenaline-filled. But at a certain point, the difficulty skyrockets and becomes a nightmare. Anxiety rises, hands sweat, and bam. Your cities turn to dust. What kind of missile defense is this?
Racket Ball for Atari. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like someone took tennis and threw it into a game developer's worst nightmare. The controls are poorer than a plastic racket and the player's movements are so awkward it seems like he's fighting a cramp attack. Avoid it like the plague.
Space Chase. Imagine a mix between Star Wars and The Hangover. You're trying to shoot down enemy spaceships, but the problem is that shooting at something is like trying to hit a fly with a slingshot. The controls are imprecise, enemies move as if we're drunk, and you find yourself wondering why the hell you started playing.
Super Breakout. Ah, a milestone, if only your ball didn't disappear at the speed of light. The concept is simple, destroy bricks with a ball. But when the ball starts bouncing like a loose cannon, you get a headache anxiety. Fun for the first 5 minutes, but then it becomes an exercise in pure frustration.
Tennis on the Atari 2600. If you've ever wondered what it's like to play tennis with a paralytic robot, here's the answer. The character's movements are as stiff as logs, the ball looks more like a meteorite, and everything happens at speeds that would put even a snail to sleep. Good luck not throwing the controller out the window after 10 seconds.
Video pinball. Hey, Atari, do you know what makes pinball fun? The balls. But here they seem to have forgotten the concept. The physics are a joke and the ball seems to float like a feather in space. It's one of those games that after 5 minutes makes you wonder why you're not playing real pinball.
Freeway is a Frogger, but with chickens. You have to get a chicken to cross the road, but the real problem is that the poor animal seems to have a seizure every time it gets hit by a car. The controls are terrible and the whole game is ridiculous. Whoever thought that helping a chicken from getting squashed could be fun?
Skeet shoot, or how to make yourself feel nauseous in a few minutes. The concept is simple, shoot flying saucers. But the game doesn't give you any indication on where to shoot and the speed of the discs is ridiculous. If you don't want to spend the evening swearing against the screen, avoid this disaster.
Stampede is one of those games that you don't think will get you, but instead you find yourself playing it for hours. You're a cowboy who has to lasso cows. Simple, right? But then it gets more and more frenetic. It's one of those games that makes you say, "Another game, I swear," and you end up wasting the whole evening. At least that's worth the price of the ticket. And that's all, folks. If you want to see more retro madness like this, you know what to do: subscribe, like, and get ready for another blast from the craziest gaming past there is. See you next time.